Hello, guys. So, our sentence this week is actually lines from poetry from the book Beast Feast that we're going to be reading on Monday. So, since we're focusing on poetry this week and a little bit of the next week, I decided to use part of a poem. So, this is lines from a poem, and this is the first line. That's the second line. So, I'm going to go ahead and write 1, 2, 3, 4. However, they don't just make up a stanza because if you're actually looking at the entire poem, um, there wasn't a separation between this section and the next. So by itself, we cannot call this a stanza, but it does have 4 lines and it ends in a period. It's not a command, it's just a general statement, so it's going to be declarative. And there are 4 lines of poetry with this one sentence. So declarative, 4 lines of poetry. Okay, so on this particular poem, they are comparing the animal to different things. And I'm sure you could probably figure out which animal it is just based off of the description. Big as a street with fins, not feet. I'm full of blubber with skin like rubber. Because this author is using figurative language, big as a street, skin like rubber, then it's easier for us to understand. So we have 2 similes inside this statement, inside this poem too, which is pretty cool. We also can notice that we have a rhyming scheme. So this is the very first line of the entire poem, not just on our page. So street, feet, blubber, rubber. So we can see that this is going to be A, because street and feet rhyme, and then blubber and rubber both rhyme. So A, B, B is our rhyme scheme, at least what we have in front of us. If we had the whole poem, then we might add to that. But for the start, it's A, B, B. And we know that big is a describing word. It describes the size of something, so this is an adjective. As is an adverb because it's helping us compare. A is an article, that simple word, article. And street, that is a noun, it's a thing. So to start with, we have adjective, adverb, article, noun. The word with, we have come to learn in a pattern that it's a preposition. And thens, it is a thing, right? So it's going to be a noun, but it has an S on the end. So this is going to be a plural noun. A plural noun. The word not is showing the opposite of something. So this is modifying something, which is an adverb. And feet, that's a thing, but it's showing more than one. So this is going to be, in this case, not plural. We're going to call this a collective noun because we're showing a collection of something. We're showing more than one foot. And because usually if it's plural, it just has variations of an S on the end. But if it's collective, it's like goose, geese, foot, feet, those types of examples. The next one right here is the word I'm. I'm, we've learned, is a contraction. And if we're splitting it up, that is the word I am. I am. And I is a pronoun. It replaces the name of the person. And am is a verb. It's a state of being. So pronoun and a verb, and our contraction full, that's a description. It's an adjective. Of is a preposition. We've learned over and over again. Preposition. I'm going to kind of tilt it up this way so that I have space for this. Blubber is a thing. It's a noun. With, we used up here, is a preposition. Skin is a thing. It's a noun. Like is positioning the skin. The rubber, so it's a preposition. We have lots of prepositions in our poem. And then rubber is a thing. It's a noun. All right, big as a street, thin's not feet. I'm full of blubber with skin like rubber. Now, if this was not a poem, we would not have this punctuation here. Often in poems, they don't have complete sentences. As we're running through things all the time, it takes time to get to it. But we can figure out a subject and a predicate. So the subject is I, and what they're doing is am. They are doing something. I am. I'm. So really it's kind of like, because in the poem it's actually I'm. Alright guys, there we go. Here's our sentence for the week. It's only 6 minutes long for this whole video.